What's up, guys? We're in my wife's car, the Exploder ST. I don't have a camera mount in here, so we're just pulling out easy here. We're going to get something. Meeting this guy at the Walmart in Lewisburg, Tennessee. Maybe we'll buy something and bring it home. We'll find out. We're about 11 minutes away, 7.6 miles. We just got off 65, where the amount of people that go slow as fuck in left lane is very aggravating. Just get the fuck out of the way. Why do you gotta go so fast? There's nobody fucking in front of you. Pass a guy on the fucking right and get the fuck over. That's why it's called a passing lane. I digress. Anyway, so this is something for the 58 to make hopefully the next time I drive it more bearable, because it's a little bit rough, man. I already got suspension for the back fit. I mean, for the front of it in the back fit, because I picked that up in Indiana on my way to Joliet, Illinois for our power tour. So I gotta swap that. I'm thinking about putting a drop axle on the front of it, but I'm only gonna do that if I can find one cheap. I'm probably not gonna spend $1,000 on a new drop axle, you know what I mean? If I could find one in Marketplace or Craigslist. Remember Craigslist, man? Craigslist used to be freaking awesome. I mean, eBay used to be awesome too, but eBay fucking sucks big dick now. So take that for what it's worth. But we'll see, man. Maybe we'll find some local and we'll do that whenever I do everything else. I haven't touched the truck yet. It's Monday. I had to go to the Nashville airport this morning, and then I'm going to drop my camper back off to be repaired tomorrow morning. And we're down in Lewisburg right now, so I got a bunch of work to get caught up on. I got a bunch of school shit to get caught up on, and I still got work to do on that truck and friggin' everything else. I need to fix my weed whacker, honestly, because it's been like broken for a year. I got the shit, I just never put it together. So I need to do that. Because my weeds need whacked. Alright. Oh, I did want to make a comment though. How nice is it that it's so quiet in here? Like, this is the complete opposite of that 58. I didn't even know how to drive this thing. I was like overcorrecting a whole bunch with the steering, because that's what you had to do in the 58. So, kind of nice. Alright, we'll see you guys when we get there, maybe. Guys, we made it to the Walmart. There it is over there. And I am 6 minutes away from Vice Grip Garage Museum, man. It says temporarily closed, but I'm going to swing by anyway. So that'd be pretty cool since I'm down here in Lewisburg. But here's what we got. We got a Tremec T5. Here's a tag info. The guy says that it pops out of gear, 5th gear, sometimes. And then I guess he just got annoyed with it and he bought a new one to put in there. So, he says it's not all the time. It's usually light throttle. So hopefully it's something simple. And I think the 5th gear is in the back here. I've never done anything with a T5 before. I mean, rebuilding wise, I've taken them in and out, whatever. But I haven't, never been inside one. So we're going to go inside that one. And hopefully we don't spend a bunch of money in it. Like I said, I don't know if I even said, I paid $500 for this. So I thought it was pretty good. I mean, it doesn't look like it's very worn, you know. So older guy. He said come out of a 67 Mustang, had 302 in it. So hopefully it's the right input length, because I didn't measure that, and the SN95s are a different length. So let's get out of here, man. And I guess I'll fire you guys back up here at the old VGG. Alright, we're here. Why do we need all this shit? Anyway, I need to strap this transmission down or something. Hopefully my wife has straps in here, because it's rolling all over the place, man. It's shifting on its own, and she's probably not going to be happy with that. You know what I mean? So let's see if we can get this thing tied down, this place is closed. I do know that Vice Grip Garage got bought an old Chevy dealership or something, but I don't know anything about that. So I'm gonna strap this thing down and then go out front here and see if there's any information, and then we'll see what we're gonna do. All right, this is what we ended up with. This my wife had in here. These I'm pretty sure are just plastic bullshit tie downs, but should hold that thing, man. Should hold it all right. It's it only weighs 75 pounds anyway, so let's see what we can figure out here. I don't know what to do with my phone. There it is up in here. All right. Fuck you. All right. Well, give me a minute, and we'll see what we can find out. All right, guys. I don't know. I'm gonna go up here into this door and see if there's any mention of where this may be. I don't even know if it's open or anything yet. I haven't had time to watch fucking YouTube in, a minute. So let's just go up here and see. Just as closed. Warren, Bigfoot, and Vice Grip Garage. So that's all we got. Supposedly it's a Chevy dealership, and a mile from here, the 1940s dealer. I don't know. I don't know anything about Lewisburg, and I'm not going to drive around and try to find it. So fuck this place. We're going home. See ya. T5. So took the shifter off and tail housing off. See, it has no problem shifting. Now it goes in all the gears. Reverse. These stop bolts, they're just cranked the whole way in. The fifth gear, everything looks good. I mean, the whole inside of the transmission looks like it's brand new. There's probably not a lot of miles on this thing. But something I did notice was, and you can still see some of it down in here. I'm not done cleaning it, but there's oh, it's pretty bright, grease, and they had silicone all over this shit, and clean that out. Now what this guy told me is that it comes out of fifth gear. It pops out of fifth gear. He said sometimes he's driving and he'll notice that it's not pulling the car anymore and it's not a gear. Now, whenever he was speaking to me about this, he went like this, right? That's fourth gear, right? Fifth gear is up here. So I don't know if he thought fourth gear was fifth gear, or he was actually talking about fifth gear and his hand just doesn't know how to do that. I don't know. But the thing I found interesting, I'm pretty sure it was on this side. I found this nut down in there, man. Full of grease, of course. Back down in there. So if that nut was stopping this thing from coming back sometimes, if not all the time, that could have been the problem. This transmission on Summit is like $2,000. That TKX over there, I'll show you that in a second, is $3,000 on Summit. I think, maybe a little bit more. So hopefully, I have a Tremec T5 with no problems. Paid $500 for it. A rebuild kit for these, I think, somewhere around $500. So I was like, worst case scenario, I'd have $1,000 in it, which I didn't want to have in it. But we might be good to go, and that'd be pretty nice. I'm not going to lie. This Tremec T5 is supposed to be, from what I've read, basically a world-class 1993 Fox body transmission. It's probably what came in the 93 Cobras. I mean, it's a Tremec, not a Ford production, but same shit inside. I'll just show you this since we're talking transmissions. So that has a T5 world class in it, but it's a 95, SN95 last year for the 302. And the input shaft is like 5/8 of an inch-ish longer on that than it is on this. So the guy, I emailed him last night, he hasn't emailed me back, that he machines 4-speed transmission bell housings and 3-speed transmission bell housings from these to accept those. Now, I just happen to have another T98 top loader over here with an extra bell housing. So I'm planning on taking that thing off and shipping that to him to have machined whenever he gets back to me. And this is the TKX. This is what's going to go behind this. It's supposed to go in this truck. I think we're going to do something different. I'm working on a couple things. You'll be like 1800th person to know, maybe. Maybe the second person to know. I don't know. But we're going to keep this truck. We're going to keep it a Y block. We're going to put T5 in it. We're going to do some other stuff to it. It's going to stay looking like it is, maybe with some of that buffed out and poppy patina, right? Should look pretty neat. I can't believe how many people came up to me on Power Tour to talk about this truck. I'm driving down the highway, bouncing down the highway, really. And I got people from the passenger side of the vehicles passing me, taking videos and shit of this thing. So it's kind of unique. So we'll drop this in something else. These manifolds will probably be for sale, because I think I'm going to do long tubes on it. But anyway, I'm getting off topic here. Here's TKX. That's what TKX looks like. This one's from Summit. I bought it used, just like about the motor used. I bought it as a package deal with the other shit from the motor. That has a truck Norris cam in it already. Has new coils in it. And has the Holley front drive accessory kit in it already. And I have a Holley manifold and some other bullshit for it over there. So, and we got billet fuel rails, which shouldn't be in the way of anything for the shit that we're going to put it in, hopefully. If not, we have a saw and a grinder and whatnot. So, TKX is going behind that. We're going to take that T98 bell housing, have it machined. We're going to take the T98 out of this, which needs rebuilt anyway. It winds, oh my God, it's so bad. And then we're going to drop T5 in here, which will hopefully be quiet as a church mouse or any other kind of mouse, maybe. So that's where we're at. That's what we did today on Monday when we should have been doing other things. I had to go to Nashville for a global entry interview, and I was in the Nashville airport. And this guy was in Lewisburg, Tennessee, about an hour south of there. So I said, fuck it, let's go take a look at this thing. He had it listed for $700. I offered him $400. He's like, oh, I thought we were at $700. I said, no, I negotiate in person, with cash. So that's how you do things, and at least in my opinion. So we settled on $500. I brought it home, and hopefully it's good to go, man. I do have one thing I need to figure out. So he didn't give me the speedometer drive assembly for this, right? The nylon gear is in here on the shaft, and I have this fancy bolt, but that's all I have. And it's obviously going to be different than what's in this truck, so I have to find a way to adapt it. Now, if you followed me on a power tour, you know that on day 2, this speedometer gave up the ghost. But over here, I just happened to buy this for $100 because I wanted to modify it. But we might end up using it kind of the way it is. I have this other dash cluster. So this one looks like it's in pretty good shape. And hopefully the speedometer works. I really don't know. I guess I could put a drill on it or something. I don't know. In there, I don't know. But I originally bought it because I was going to take this tachometer out because it's gear driven. And I can't really use that. And I have an air pressure gauge, which I was thinking about using if I was going to use bags. That'll be kind of neat to do that, and then maybe just put a different tachometer in here and an autometer or something. I doubt I'd be able to find something that would match, but it might be pretty cool. And then that dash has idiot lights for the generator and for oil pressure. And this actually has gauges. Do they work? I don't know. It'd be pretty cool to get this thing to work and use that. So that'll probably end up in there. I got to figure out the speedometer stuff. I'm waiting for the guy to get back to me. John Mummert, that's actually who I got the intake manifold and some other stuff from. And he machines those bell housings. Now, if you don't have one of these, it's pretty awesome. You should get one. I think they're called a tooth-based gun or something, but I use it for silicone. That works pretty friggin' tits, dude. Like, it gets all of it out. You know, you're always wasting part of this tube of silicone. It takes it out, man. It's pretty nice. So, that's where we're at. And, oh, you know, I'll go over this since it's right here anyway. I had bought some jets, and they came whenever I left. Before I left. After I left, sorry. And I found these jet kits. I've combined them. I have another one in that toolbox, actually, that I bought new. And it's like $120 for one of these kits, I think. I found these on Marketplace, $20 a piece, but they were in Cookeville. I sent the guy a message, asked him if he would ship them. He said nothing. He looked at the message and didn't fucking reply. So I sent him another message, said, if you won't ship them, my buddy will probably pick them up for me. Let me send him a message. Sent my buddy Dale a message. He lives out in Sparta. He came in clutch. There was another guy that came first. Of course, I don't know why people hold things on Marketplace, especially without any money down, because nobody ever fucking shows up, which this guy learned, you know, maybe again, I don't know. But Dale was able to go the next morning, because that guy didn't show up, and I got these jet kits. This one, I just combined all the jets from both kits in here. That's a fuck ton of jets. Like, there's some that are missing, like I don't have any 75s in there, but I don't have anything big enough to use 75s right now, honestly. And then what I'm really excited about is these guys here. The nozzles for the accelerator pump. Because if you remember on Power Tour, mine are too small. So we got a couple different sizes here. And hopefully one of those will work. And the nozzle kit that Holy sells is fucking expensive. But hopefully I don't have to buy one now. And that's all we got done on this truck, which really isn't on this truck. It's the T5. But I might drain the coolant in real quick, and then I got new coolant switches. I bought two just in case. One smaller but has an adapter, and then I bought a bigger one. Wasn't sure which one I was going to go with. I mean, the probe for the gauge, I had a problem with depth. So I had to adapt it so it would sit up higher. I don't know if I'll have the same problem with this, because I don't know how long that temperature probe is versus how long these are. So I figured, worst case, you see how I'll be able to space this one out and, you know, have room. So we got that. I'm gonna swap that out, and then I won't need this negative wire that just goes to the back of the manifold. This will ground to the manifold, so I'll just need a wire from the relay for the fan. And I'm gonna take this fan shroud I made off of here, and I'm gonna drill some 3-inch holes in each corner and put flappers in there, because this thing runs warmer going down the highway than it does sitting at idle. It will cycle the fan. That's just a 180 switch, so plus or minus like 5 degrees is what that thing turns on and off at, and it was just cycling all the time, and down the highway it ran all the time. These are, I think, 195 offs and 185s on, or 200 off and 185 on, something like that. I got these from American Power or something. I don't remember. But yeah, that's what we got going on here. Next thing I'm going to do is probably fuck with this coolant system. I got to change the coolant in here again. I put new coolant in this thing, but that block must have been pretty dirty, because this coolant, I mean, it was blue. And it looked pretty rusty when we were out on the trip, so we're just going to flush it. I don't even know if we're going to flush it, but we're going to go ahead and change that coolant, modify that fan shroud. Hopefully that'll work out in my favor. Fan switch, and then we'll check that. We're going to tear that carburetor back off again, and we're going to put either 60s or 61s in the secondaries. I really want to do 60s, but I think 61 is going to be the right one. So we're going to put 61s in there. And I don't want to do it twice, but I probably will have to. And then I'm going to take the 69s out of the primaries and put 68s back in there. And then change the, I don't know what size nozzles in there for the accelerator pump, but whatever is in there, I'm going to go up 2 sizes and see if that helps me out. So that's what we got going on. I'm trying to get caught up in a bunch of stuff since I've been going for a week in Florida, came back, and I was gone for another week for Power Tour. So there you have it, man. Thanks for hanging out.